You're listening to Those Dram Yinzers with your hosts, Jon and Zack.
Hey everyone, I'm Jon.
And I'm Zack.
Welcome to Those Dram Yinzers, where we drink bourbon
And talk about it.
Let's do a little business here before I officially welcome you back. For everything Those Dram Yinzer needs, be sure to visit thosedramyinzers.com. You can find our social media links, our Patreon page, the order form for our hats, and the link to Zack's favorite site.
Jon, are you talking about dramit.threadless.com?
Why, yes, Zack, I am.
Oh, Jon, I'm so glad you brought that up. It's a perfect place to get some of your favorite swag for your two favorite podcasters.
And if you're interested on that as well as to support the show, if you're interested in sponsoring or wanting to do some sort of ads or anything like that, send us a DM or an email. You can email us at thosedramyinzers@gmail.com or send us a DM on any of the social media platforms. Well, Zack, you want to get drinking?
Does the Pope crap in the woods?
Excellent. I missed you. Welcome back. I mean, I had fun without you, which is kind of hard to do, but, you know. I got my brother on twice. Listen, we got Lisa on the show, okay? So if there's any takeaway you want positive takeaway of you not being able to do those last three shows, is the fact that we got Lisa on the show.
Now, here's the thing. I'm so jazzed that Lisa was on the show.
But you're mad you weren't here.
So pissed that I missed it.
Well, okay. You know, you are allowed to listen to the shows once they're uploaded.
No, I know I am. I absolutely know I am. But I really want to be in the room with Lisa when she's on the show.
She said she'd come on again. She didn't she thought she was going to hate it. She actually really enjoyed it. All
right.
I want to go through. I have a couple talking points of the last three that you missed that I kind of want to go over with you, because I want you to realize how much you missed. So you did the first two, right?
Yeah.
You did 1 through 10. Okay, so listen. Number 12. All right. I don't know if you have looked to see what they were. I know you probably didn't listen to them because I know you don't like to listen to yourself. So number 12. Ready? Here were the notes that we had for it. Spice, dark cherry, a beautiful burnt marshmallow. Right? Yeah. Vanilla, decent hug, right? Matt and I both gave it a Haas. Guess what it was?
Wait, hold on. It's going to be something ridiculous.
No, it's something you have at your house.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hold on.
Something.
Is it the Lagavulin one?
No, it's something you have that I don't.
I have that you don't?
Mm-hmm.
What do I have that you don't? Hold on, let me think.
Think about your all the purchases you've made. You visited this distillery.
Was it TX?
It was the TX
was
whiskey.
It the port finished bourbon?
No, it was just the regular TX 82 proof whiskey.
Was it the blended?
Yeah, like the regular, like the one you have that you let me. Yeah. I was when we did the reveal, I was like, Zach's gonna be super bad he missed this because he would have guessed this one. Like you would have guessed it because you've been raving about it.
It was this one.
Lift it up. It's there's a glare. Yeah, it was that one. Mm-hmm. It's that 82 proof. Is that the 82 proof? Yeah.
Yes, the 82 proof.
Dude, that burnt marshmallow. I don't know if you get that, but the burnt marshmallow that I got, it's literally the top 5 of the calendar for me.
Okay.
Actually, no, probably top 3.
So I know
which is what I'm going to drink right now. Your little sample that you gave me.
Well, okay, so I will bring you some more because I clearly have some here.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got. I would highly recommend while we're talking about this. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy right now, Jon. I am so glad you guys liked it.
Oh, it's so good.
Rob will be so jazzed because Rob was the one who got me started on these guys.
Yeah.
but
I mean, we'll do a lengthy like TX review like one time, but like I just wanted to bring that up.
I've got three. I got 3 of theirs at my house. So you'll come over and we'll do a line. We'll do a whole line.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got their high rye bourbon, which is one of their experimentals,
which I would love to test against Liberty Poles.
Mm-hmm. That would be like putting my 2 favorite children against each other. It would be so hard. And then I have a port finished bourbon from them, which is just delicious. Right. It's just so rich.
So that was number 12, and I figured you'd be super mad. So
I'm so happy.
Number 19. So Lisa
so happy you guys liked it.
Lisa did 16 through 20, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because you did 1 through 10, Matt did 11 through 15. Lisa did 16 through 20. She really enjoyed 18, but was over the moon for number 20. Both of those had something to do with peat.
No way.
She hated everything else, but loved the 2 things that had peat in it. The one was a Speyside whiskey,
really?
Or Speyside Scotch, and the other one was a peated bourbon from a place that I've never heard of before. Yeah, we realized that she loves like peatiness.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then
Speyside too. Huh?
Yeah, and then we had at least I think because it's called Spey 10A. I forget what the details are, but then number 19 we both just did not like in any way. Super hot, super spicy, right?
What was it?
And after realizing what it like, after doing the reveal, like after reading this grouping from Aaron, I was like, I knew this was even going to be in here, and I can't believe I gave it a bad rating. But it was a single barrel select from Dad's Hat, but it was 134 proof.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so listen, like Dad's Hat has grown on me. Like I like Dad's Hat.
Oh, totally enjoy them.
But like, as far as rye whiskeys went, that was one of the ones that took me a longer time to acclimate to because they are so peppery.
Very much
so
heat.
I cannot begin to imagine the intensity of a 130 plus proof Dad's Hat peppery.
And so that was smack dab between the 2 that Lisa liked, right? It was 18, 19, and 20. We went from 92 proof to 134 proof back down to 91 proof. Yeah.
Oh man, that 91 proof must have tasted like water after that.
Mm-hmm. But the
Even
other
with the peat.
So I really, we were trying to make it work, and around the holidays, it's just hard, right? Even trying to do a Zoom one, it's really tough. And I really wanted to do 21 through 25 with you for multiple different reasons. Mainly because I knew that day 22, the logo, and Aaron sent you the logo on the day of because he couldn't wait anymore. I've known about it since before we started the calendar because he showed me. But day 22 was the one that was based off of me and you, the Planes, Trains, Automobiles, right?
Oh my gosh, that label had me cracking.
Lisa's like, no, he didn't. That's not photoshopped. She goes, that looks creepily weird, like accurate. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. I make weird ass comments, and Zach looks at me sometimes like,
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, right? That one, I went into the whole detail, and everyone can listen back to it, right? It goes into the 22 from the first calendar, the Ardbeg 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I pour it. It's light colored. I smell it, and I'm like, no, they didn't. They didn't do this again. I mean, as soon as I smelled it, and I haven't had this since we had it then, the Ardbeg 10, I was like, did they legit put Ardbeg 10 in here just to mess with us? Because it smelled just like it. Close. It was Lefroy 10.
Oh my god.
Lefroy 10, yeah. Was the 22.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm simultaneously glad and really, really sad I was busy.
Mm-hmm. Matt felt so bad. He was like, they legit planned this specific whiskey around Zach, and he goes, and it's wasted on me.
Do you have any left?
Oh, I have to look. All my bottles are like over there. So,
all right, if you have any left, I feel bad because.
But
during that time, and it's finally starting to wrap up, but like work was insane. Plus, just like you said, everything with the holidays. So first of all, I really want to say thank you to Matt and Lisa for covering my butt. That's number one. Number two, 2022 is the year that I finally get my stuff back together and get back on a regular recording schedule with you.
Yeah, I think we've taken enough time off for the pandemic. I think you and I need to, just for our mental health, need to get back into this. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I just need to hang out. I just need to hang out with my brother.
Hey, and so we did it.
I just miss you, dude.
You missed 2 milestones. Okay. You missed episode 50.
French toast.
Well, so episode like numbered 50, but we've been past 50 because we had like half episodes and bonus episodes. You know what I mean? But like the actual like titled 50, and then we have surpassed 5,000 total downloads. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm simultaneously so excited and so sad.
But I haven't opened. I won.
I'm gonna be like, yes. Oh.
I won the William Lou Weller BTAC bottle in the lottery this time. So I'm not opening that till you and I are together to celebrate all that.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Also, it's 120 some proof, so yeah.
So am I spending the night?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Either that, or we're gonna have to have like Rachel come with me.
Yeah, last bit from those last 3 that you missed. I successfully properly guessed one. I was afraid to fully commit, but I guessed one because I have it.
Yeah, buddy.
And I went over and I poured another, like a little sample of it, was going back and forth. 21 was Liberty Pulse High Rye Bourbon.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was like, this,
nice.
I've had this. I know this taste. I know this smell. And I walked over and I was like, it's got to be this. It's got to be this. But yeah, it was a good time. We did miss you. How was, you want to talk? It was very much a whiskey Christmas for me. What about you?
No, not a super whiskey Christmas, although I did. So I didn't get like whiskeys or anything like that for Christmas this year.
I got whiskey related things.
I did get my brother, my sister-in-law got me a bar torch.
Yeah.
So I could smoke my cocktails.
Nice. I think that's going to be my next bar purchase. Yeah.
So I've got the torch. I've got the wood chips. I've got the bowl. So I cannot freaking wait to make a smoked old fashioned.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And I really want the first time I do it to be like, I want you to come over and we're going to sit down and we're going to like light this torch up and we're going to like mess around with it. And like actually going back to TX. So TX, when I went to their distillery,
you had that box, right? That you put on Instagram?
It was a smoked maple pecan old fashioned.
Oh, see.
Oh my gosh, John. It was but they were using the torch and they were getting the smoke all up in the old fashioned. And I have Pappy Van Winkle finished barrel finished maple syrup.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, you have it or like that went into it?
No, I have it.
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah. And the other day I actually made myself a little old fashioned, but instead of using simple syrup, I used the maple syrup.
Oh, absolutely.
And I did that, and I did the orange, and I did the bitters, and I used my my TX, and holy forking shirt balls. I mean, I want to do it again, but next time I actually just picked up some orange bitters, so I want to throw the orange bitters in there with the maple syrup, and I want to smoke that sucker. But good. I want to do it with you, and I want to do it for the show.
Yeah, that works for me. So
we just can't set my house on fire.
I got very much whiskey themed gifts, right?
Yeah, tell me about what you got, buddy.
So Lisa bought me a pipe tobacco smelling candle. I'm gonna get it real quick. It's right here in the bar.
Yeah,
but it's in a Woodford like cut bottle. Let me see if I can.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah. So she got me that.
That's awesome.
I got very much a Woodford Christmas too. Like a Woodford and a glass kind of a combo. Theirs were all over Fine Wine Good Spirits, you know. They did a lot of gift box like these. Mm-hmm. I got okay, hold on. I'm gonna get a couple because they're on the other side of the camera. So hold on one second.
Yeah, buddy. Jon is gone and he doesn't know that I'm singing. I'm in a room and I'm singing.
Got a 9-piece like whiskey kit. Whiskey stones, couple glasses.
Yeah, dude.
And then my team, so like I'm department manager, right, for the math team. They got me 2 things, and it's gonna be hard to see this. I'm gonna try to like cover it up, so like, but it says, "I drink and do math." You know,
I drink and I know things.
Yeah, I drink and I do math, and then they got me something for the show. I don't know if I sent you a picture of this, so hold on one second.
Once again, Jon is gone. So he's going to have some interesting stuff to edit out.
I got 2 show-themed gifts. This one was also from my team at work.
Shut up.
Yeah. So it's like a piece of wood.
Is that on a barrel?
No, it's just like a piece of bark, like wood. Like it's got the bark.
That looks really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we get a studio, you're going to have to hang that up in the studio.
Well, yeah, that, and then what Lisa got me, which I did send you a picture of.
Yes, you did.
Which is Lego by numbers.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so it was like,
I
was like,
cool.
this is the first thing I'm playing with.
Oh my gosh.
And then my uncle, so we do for like extended family, like my aunts and uncles, like on my dad's side, we do like a name, like a Secret Santa. Rather than everybody buying gifts for everybody, we just do a Secret Santa for all of them. So my uncle got me, he's real bit in the books, and he found me this one. I have a lot of whiskey books, but I don't have this one. And sometimes with whiskey books, there's a lot of like repeat information, but he got me this one. It's called the North American Whiskey Guide from Behind the Bar. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know, I mean, I have a couple like whiskey starter guides. No. This one, like, has details.
Dude.
Like, so it has like, you know, summary, facts, barrel, like all the like notes and stuff we would need to like actually have for when we review whiskeys. Like some of the like the small craft distilleries aren't going to be in here, but like it's broken up by region, like Jackson here, you know.
What's it called again?
So it's called the North American Whiskey Guide from Behind the Bar. Real Bartender's reviews of more than 250 whiskeys, includes 30 standout cocktail recipes, and a couple other like bits, but. Yeah, I thought that was like super cool. We could definitely use it. Like it's broken into like region and everything like that.
Okay, I am probably gonna purchase that. At some point.
Here's like cocktail recipes in the back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this was.
I love that.
I was super pumped for that one. Yeah. So it definitely could help with the show too. So yeah, so now we have 2 background images. We have the wood, which I want to put a nice like clear coat. I have to look at how to properly seal because the bark's still on it. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that I don't want that falling off. Yeah.
Stuff.
So I got to see what I got.
So you thinking like a kind of like a resin that'll go?
Well, I mean, I could put polyurethane on the front, but like I don't know if that's good enough. Or I got to look into that. And then I want to get a frame for the Lego by numbers thing. So now we'll have 2 more things to put in the background. But but yeah, no, it was a fun whiskey themed. We killed a whole bottle of the Liberty Pole spiced whiskey in a day. Like, just went.
Yes,
I just filled up. I just make a pitcher. No ice. No ice. We just fill pitcher up with like, I just dumped it and dumped the cider and all the other goodies and it went like that.
Oh, yeah.
But
we went through a bottle of that for Thanksgiving this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
So speaking of Liberty Pole, some other news that has come out, and it's been out for a while. So this is, if you're in the community, you already know this news. But if you're not in the community, local community, Fred Minnick, you familiar with who Fred Minnick is? He's like the end all be all of whiskey reviewers.
Okay.
Like he's the guy that says like, this is my favorite whiskey of the year, and then you can't find it for like the next 2-3 years.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Neat, great. So is he about to make it really hard for me to find my favorite whiskey from Liberty Pole?
Possibly. Liberty Pole.
What did he do?
Liberty Pole peated rye, cask strength peated rye, made the top 50. Made number 50 on his top 100 list, which is huge because, you know, they're a small
I'm really
little.
happy for them because they deserve every little bit of that, but damn it.
And Dad's hat, the bottle and bond that we had at Whiskey Fest, made 47, 46, something like that. Like it was in that same like.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I am simultaneously so happy because like we know these people, we know these families, and they are true like artists. They are craftsmen and women who just. It's.
And I was talking with Jim.
It really is.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. I'm so pumped for them. I mean, top 100, like, okay, maybe, but like top 50, like this dude drinks a ton of whiskey all the time. You know what I mean?
And I mean, how many thousands of whiskeys are there out there?
Yeah, that he's had. You know,
he's had.
I was talking with Jim on Saturday, but when I was there this past weekend about it because Fred Minnick also was just in town yesterday. Did a whole bourbon tasting panel thing up at Jurgles in Cranberry, Wexford area. I couldn't go, but Jim and Ellen went and a couple other people went. So I was talking to him about like, you know, that coming up and like them being in the top 50 and whatnot. And he was just like, you know, he said, I know the guy gets a lot of whiskey sent to him. He gets a lot of samples. He gets a lot of bottles. He gets a lot of swag. Like people just send him stuff like crazy. He was like, I really didn't think we had a chance, but I just wanted to still send him something. And I was really proud. I really liked that year's peated, or, you know, that version of the peated rye. He was like, so I just filled up one of those, the glass flask, you know, that they have. He goes, I just filled up one of those and just like printed out like a simple label, like nothing, like very much like, he's like, it wasn't very over, like professional. He said it was kind of just like amateur. It was just like, whatever, you know, we'll see. He probably gets so much, you know, that he's probably not even gonna notice it. And he got it, loved it, obviously because he put it in the top 50. And he actually called Jim, called Jim. And was just like, I really enjoyed that. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, Tim. Or no, he called him for something else. And that's when he said something about, Jen said something about the peated rye. And he was like, that's interesting to me. And that's when he sent it to him. So, I'm sorry, the call was before he sent him the peated rye. But like, yeah, he like called him and all this stuff and like was having this big old conversation with him. I was like, that's awesome, dude.
If there's a family that deserves it, it's that one.
And they had a single barrel release recently as well, the pecan pie. Did you see that one drop?
I did see it drop. I did not
8
get
minutes.
a bottle of it. I know.
8 minutes, it sold out.
It dropped. Oh, John.
I know.
Okay. Huff family, if you're listening, I need you guys to stop dropping these releases between paychecks.
Yeah.
All right. Like, I really do. I need you guys, like, all right, we will connect. I will let you know my next year's worth of paydays. And if you guys could just drop a barrel, a bottle, whatever, on one of those days so that I can guilt-free log in and drop a cool, you know, $200-300 bucks on whiskey. And only feel a little bad about it.
I guess Kevin and Rob said that like 30 minutes prior to like it getting released at like noon, like at 11:30, there were like a ton of people like just sitting on the site, like refreshing, just waiting to, you know, 8 minutes, boom, gone.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I still am kicking myself that I did not pick up a bottle of the high rye bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
That when you sent me the sample, when you came over and you gave me a little bit of a sample of that, John, I have this much of it left, and I'll
give you more.
It has taken like I have prayed for the willpower
to not finish it,
and to like really.
I have plenty more. I'll give you more.
I don't want to take it. You got on that train. Yeah. You did you paid the money. You reaped the rewards, and I am just kicking myself thoroughly down.
Oh, speaking of money, real quick. So,
do I need to drink heavily for this?
No. I was going to bring up the page. No, I was going to bring the Patreon thing up. That so what we're going to start doing, other podcasts do this, and I've been kind of back and forth, and I figured, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? We've been wanting to try to figure out a video aspect of it, but I don't want to turn into like a video review, because that's Thrifty Whiskey's thing, and we're trying to not step on each other's toes and everything. So what we're going to do,
you don't want to look at this.
What we're going to do is we're going to record, or attempt to video record. Obviously, it's easy when you and I are on Zoom. I just hit the record button, done. But like, I'm just trying to figure out how we can pull it off. Like when you're here, I'm there, right? Because what I would like to do is I want to start releasing partially unedited video of us doing this to the Patreon, but to the top level only. So Patreon, like, you can set different benefits for different levels. So if you're in the top tier, you'll be able to legit watch us do this. So, you know, if you enjoy like the video aspect, we've given a couple, teasers of videos on our YouTube page, but like, if you want, go ahead and sign up for Patreon. I'm going to try to start doing that, with every episode that we do, drop it early, partially, like I said, partially unedited. I'll probably cut the beginning, the front, and the end, and just leave the middle. But, yeah, so if you're interested in that, join Patreon. Patreon.com/thosejamyensers. That's
right.
So I posed a question to you the other day because I wanted to kind of have a nice little like chat about it today, on this episode, to actually bring it back to, outside of PA whiskey. And my question to you was, money's no object, right? And you have the availability, you have the access to get these things, right?
Right.
So we don't have to talk about like finding on secondary, rare, whatever.
Right.
If you could pick one full line that you could get from a distillery or from a brand or whatever, right? What would it be and why? And I'm not saying I want everything from Buffalo Trace makes. No. I'm talking like you want the full E.H. Taylor line. You want the full Maker's line. You know what I mean? We don't want to just go, I want everything Brown Foreman. That doesn't count. No. You know what I mean? Like, if you could pick one line.
We're talking the whole family.
Mm-hmm, if you want a family, right. What would it be and why? Now, I have my answer because I was thinking about it way before that, but I'll let you go first since I made you painstakingly made you answer that.
I struggled with this. All right, so I do have an answer for you.
Okay.
But I do want to like talk about who I just struggled with thinking about.
Okay.
For this. First of all, I thought about TX whiskey.
Mm-hmm. I figured you'd go that
Their
route.
Whole line.
Yeah.
I have yet to have something from them that I did not like. So they were one of the ones that I thought about.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about J. Henry.
You do love J. Henrys.
I still think about the episode where we tried that.
The Bellefontaine.
Yeah, That was just next level.
And that's, according to everyone else that I talked to or have seen do reviews of this, that's not even their best product. There's another line there's another one they do that's even better. It's supposed to be even better. I haven't had it, but.
Well, then we better get a road trip going or something because
that's fine.
Try that.
That's fine.
But the Bellefontaine that was wow. Mm-hmm. That was a great one. And I was like, man, if the rest of their stuff is anything like this, I can see myself being very happy with this line.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was the 2018 Midwinter Nights Dram?
18 or 19? I don't remember what.
Maybe it was 19. I think it was 19. For a minute, I thought Midwinter Nights Dram because the 19 was so delicious. But then I remember having a subsequent year and thinking it wasn't as delicious because I know it varies year to year. So 19 knocked my socks off.
No, I think it was the other way around. I think the one that Michelle brought us, we really, really enjoyed. And then the most recent one we had, we didn't. And here's why. The year we got it was the first year that it wasn't sourced. It was the first year they did the product.
Okay.
Which is why there was such a distinct difference between the two.
Okay.
You know?
So for a second, I thought about the Midwinter Nights Dram, but then I was like, nah. I say this with the full knowledge that I go on and on about them with some regularity. You can accuse me of being a fanboy. I personally couldn't give a flying squirrel, but if there was one brand that because the way you phrased it to me, if I remember correctly, was if you could only buy one brand.
If there was one that you did, like you had access to buy the entire line of, what would it be? Yeah.
Liberty Pole.
I had a feeling you'd go that route. Yeah.
It has to be Liberty Pole for me.
Especially because you always miss out because it's always been between paychecks.
It's always between paychecks, first of all. So come on. But that's number one. But number two, I mean, we know the family. They're good people. But more than that, because I know that there's good people all throughout whiskey. I mean, we know so many of them. But Liberty Pole is one of the lines that, for me, I mean, we sat down and we tried stuff that was unreleased, that will probably remain unreleased. Even things that I wasn't like a huge fan of, like the pot still,
or the
Basset
Town, the white, right?
Yeah. Wasn't my favorite whiskey that I've had, but I still liked it.
Yeah, right. Of their line, it's at the bottom, but it doesn't mean it's bad, right?
Right, but I would still drink it. You got me a bottle of that, I'd still be thrilled to bits. They have not made a single whiskey that I have not enjoyed. And then this is the biggest thing for me too, or one of the biggest things for me too. And I actually just talked about this with my family tonight when we were zooming for my sister's birthday today. And we got to talking about how I may or may not have allegedly shipped a bottle to my brother. I will not say through whom. I will not say that I did or did not do it. But somehow a bottle ended up down with my brother. It happened to be around the holidays. But we got to talking about Liberty Pole. And I was telling my mom and my dad about how when we were down there and they had us try their peated bourbon for the first time, that was the most visceral reaction I've had to a whiskey ever, bar none. I not only, that was a magic moment for me. I literally was transported back to being 10 years old in my grandfather's family room. That has never happened to me before. And it's never really happened to me since. So all these other whiskeys that I love, they're great. I would love to get the whole lineup of them. Wiggle, Dad's Hat, TX, J. Henry, all those guys. You know, I love me some Glenlivet.
You do.
Would love to get the full lineup of Glenlivet. But Liberty Pole gave me my first ever just visceral whiskey moment where it was like I was in the present, I was in the past.
You had a lot of feels on that one.
It was a lot of feelings on that one. That coupled with the fact that they're everything they make is good.
They haven't had a miss yet. Yeah.
They haven't had a miss yet. Statistically, that's insane. You know, I mean, it's alchemy what they're doing over there. It's artistry, and so I if money was no object, if they would stop putting releases between my paychecks, I would.
You'd own everything.
I would own every single thing that they have made. They are probably the whiskey line I have bought the most of, and simultaneously gifted the most.
I actually do have. They gave me the last. This was a couple trips ago. I think you were actually with me. They gave me the last bit of one of their other single barrels, the Greedy Ghost one. I have not finished it because I don't think you've been able to try it yet, so it's still sitting here waiting for you. So with me, obviously obviously
poetic. I want to hear all about you.
Obviously that was up there on the list of like, yeah, I would, but I took it off that list because I have a lot of it. You know what I mean? So I wanted to go something completely different with that. Honestly, and I'll tell you why. There's two reasons why I thought of this one, and this is also why I thought of that question. The one for me would be Jack Daniels. I would own their entire line, from good old number 7 all the way up to Sinatra Select, the whole gambit, because they're very synonymous with. I mean, Jack and Coke. That is like probably the most highly asked like whiskey mixed drink from non-whiskey. Even non-whiskey drinkers know what a Jack and Coke is, right? It's not a whiskey and Coke, it's Jack and Coke, right? And also a lot of people have had a lot of bad memories, especially college-ish area memories, me included, right? I couldn't stand the smell of whiskey in general, but especially Jack Daniels in college. Just made me want to throw up. Never even wanted to touch it. And I kept that biased until I went to the distillery years ago, before we started the podcast, very early on in my whiskey, trajectory. We went and visited one of our friends that was with us, big number 7 fan. She wanted to go, and I was like, all right, cool. So we had options to pick, there's different levels of their tours. We did the Angel Share because it had a little bit more of like a select type of offering. Went in there, still kind of new to whiskey, but still kind of knew what I liked or starting to like. Every one of those blew me away. And I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, what is happening with this right? No. This is not number 7. Like, what are you talking about with this? It really blew me away and just completely changed my mind when it came to good old number 7. And I feel like a lot of people still have that, right? Even current whiskey drinkers still have that, like, kind of thing. They think Jack, they think number 7, they think, no, thank you. But until you've had the other stuff that they've made, you don't know. You literally don't know. You know what I mean? And I would love to have that entire line to be able to show people who have a verted number 7, right? And be like, no, well, did you try the single barrel select? Did you try the cask strength rye? Have you tried the Sinatra, which is, but it's 150. It's 150 a pop at the distillery. So, yes. So it's very, have you tried any of the single barrel ones? Have you tried, there's Gentleman Jack. There's the 27, which is hard to get. I don't think you can get. I think that one you have to get at distillery. There's a whole other line of stuff that people don't realize, and it sits on the shelf right now for not that very much. It just sits there, which is fine with me, because then I can buy it very easily. I never have an issue trying to find one of those bottles there. And I'm not getting in the whole, is it bourbon? We're not going down that route. But that's what I would really...
Whiskey.
Yeah, it's whiskey. That's what I think I would do for that specific reason. Now, why did I think of that question and what made me think Jack? I was listening / watching. We've mentioned it before. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a show. The podcast, right? Guys from Franklin, Tennessee. They actually got to interview the master distiller from Jack Daniels. So he was going on and on and on, and I was really resonating with a lot of things that he was saying, because I had the same mindset. He's like, a lot of people don't like it, but they don't realize all this other stuff that we produce and really hone our skills on and everything. That made me think, it was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind like owning like the entire line to show people like number 7 is just a chip of what they do, Which then made me think, that'd be a good question for the show.
Damn you, sir. It was a good question.
Yeah.
It was a great question. Yeah. And thank you for telling me that. Because honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I'm one of those people where I'm like, do I want to get a thing of Jack number 7 just to have in the house, just to have for when people come over? And then I'll look at their other stuff and I'll see like the Jack apples.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Like so I wasn't thinking those ones, but yeah, you could throw those in there if you really want. I was more thinking the standard. But anyway, go ahead.
But I see it and I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But then to your point, because I am, it's the same thing where you find out that so many great whiskeys are owned by like the Jim Beam line.
Brown-Forman, Buffalo Trace actually owns.
And people think like, oh, Jim Beam, that's well whiskey.
Yeah.
That's my, but it's not. I mean, Jim Beam whiskey is just one part of the Jim Beam family.
Mm-hmm.
And I have sat on Jack Daniels because of the college affiliation with number 7, the Jack and the Coke. That how many times did I?
So here's the line, right? Now I wasn't including like the flavored ones, like the apple. They have a honey. We could throw those in there. The honey's okay. I don't mind the honey, but anyway. So they got number 7. Obviously, they have the apple. They have a rye now, a Tennessee straight rye. Then they have their single barrel select, single barrel 100 proof, single barrel select, single barrel proof, single barrel rye. A lot of those were in that lineup that I did when I went and did the tour. That's when I was like, whoo, okay, they know what they're doing here. You got Gentleman Jack, right, which is just double filtered through the charcoal things. Like I said, the honey, the fire, and then you have the Sinatra. Oh my God. It's just because Jack Daniels was Sinatra's favorite whiskey. They worked with the family and came up with something that like had different traits come out that he really enjoyed. And they make sure that that's like very forward. It was very, very good. Of the lineup, it was my favorite. Probably a little biased because I do love Sinatra, but they have a Winter Jack Tennessee cider. It's not bad. So far, if we're talking the main line, number 7, the rye, all the single barrels, the Gentleman, and the Sinatra would be the line that I would have.
All right, dude. Well, I gotta say, you have single-handedly made me want to go out to a fine wine, good spirit.
And they're not that, even the single barrel ones out there. Hold on, let me go and find wine site.
I do want to, I want to go out and I want to take another look at it.
The single barrel select, like just a regular single barrel select, is only $49.
That's not bad.
Single barrel proof is $67. That's still not that bad. The single barrel rye is $49 as well. Oh, you can get the 20. Oh, it's out of stock. The 27 gold is $100. I mean, still like that. Like that's not even like 67 was the most expensive of the single barrel ones. Like that's still not bad. You know what I mean? I've bought like other barrels for like 90, 100. That was my thought with that one. I thought it'd be a fun little, I know we wanted to kind of just like catch up, talk about the holidays, but I thought that'd be a good like thought-provoking question to have on the show.
I really do. I did love that question. And honestly, when you posed that to me, first of all, thank you for sharing your answer with me because you educated me.
Mm-hmm.
You really opened my eyes to the possibility. We talk about not being snobbish when it comes to whiskey. You like what you like.
Mm-hmm.
But then I even still, I find myself going into the store and being like, I don't know if I'd buy that.
Yeah.
Like a Jag. And this is making me really want to go back and just leave all pretense at the door. Go in there and just buy what looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And just try it. And you know what? If it's not good, it's not good. Find a recipe and cook with it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I got 4 bottles of under $10 whiskey over there that I have no idea what I'm going to do. So,
We should do an under $10 whiskey infinity bottle.
Oh, we did that. Remember? I did that. I poured it all together, and that was a huge mistake.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, but we should still do that?
No.
And
by the way, I filled our infinity bottle back up. So we need to start drinking that again.
With
like
the $10 bottle?
No, none of that went in there.
None
of that went in there. No. No, because I did everything that we had from the past year. So prior to doing that episode, that'll go in. If we drink enough down, that'll go in the next one. No,
what do you mean if? I think you mean when.
Yeah. So speaking of the under $10, we did not forget the price range things. We are continuing to plan out those episodes. They're not going to be back to back, or at least not all of them are going to be back to back. They will be spread out throughout the year, probably just for planning purposes, financial purposes. We got to get a hold of either some or a sample or something of a lot of these bottles moving forward.
If you are a distillery and you happen to hear this and you want us to try your bottle
in the different price ranges,
send us a sample.
So those are still coming down the line. I'm excited. We're going to try to do some stuff with Thrifty Whiskey here. Again, our buddies over Thrifty Whiskey, they do all under $30. They're over on YouTube. You can catch me on 5 of the episodes. I did a bunch of things with them. They have a lot of really good reviews, especially for budget whiskey. So definitely go check those out. We're going to try to get Josh on the show a couple times during some of these, especially when these price ranges are in their price range, right? Under $30. So, looking forward to doing that.
Special crossover episode.
Yeah. Tying it all together.
Yes, because whiskey is better with friends.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Speaking of that, if you're not part of Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends, I don't know what you're doing. Get yourself on Facebook. I don't care if you hate it or not. Get yourself over on Facebook to just join this group. Join the group. It's a lot of fun. Great community. We love the community. So if you're not on there, get over there.
How many groups do you know where literally Odin the Allfather is leading?
True. Very true. That's all I got, Zach. Any final thoughts on the episode today?
Man, I'm just glad to be back.
Yeah, I missed you.
I missed you, buddy. I again want to say thank you to Matt and Lisa. I expect them to come back on the show so we can all drink together.
All right. Well, I got nothing else to talk about. Nothing else to say except, Zachary, it feels good to say this again. Cheers to you, sir.
John, my brother from another mother. Cheers to you, buddy.
And cheers.
And cheers
to Yens.
To Yens.
That damn Zoom lag.